I wanted to go ahead and talk about eating without adhesive on your dentures and just in general eating with dentures. So I do not have adhesive on my dentures. As you can see, there's no adhesive there. I'm going to go ahead and do that because you can, it's kind of dark on the edges, and I just want to let you know if there's no adhesive there, and then there is no adhesive on these either. So, nothing. My hands are clean. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put my dentures back in. I'm going to get them a little bit wet. Wet dentures allows you to get a good suction. Just put a little bit of this water on there. So when you are eating without adhesive on your dentures, you need to make sure that you're finding your bite points. You don't want to just go straight in from the front, because your top denture will most certainly pop down and possibly your bottom denture will pop up. I have an extremely well-fitting bottom denture, nothing budges it. I don't eat without adhesive very often, primarily only when I make videos. I have made a lot of videos where I eat, but a lot of them have never seen the light of day on my YouTube channel. And so I've had some practice with eating without adhesive on my dentures, but on the normal, I eat with adhesive because I use adhesive for everything. So anyway, so let's go ahead with some tomatoes. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to use 2 tomatoes. I want to put 1 on each side, so that way it's evenly distributed. Now, there is tomato skin. I'm going to make sure that is chewed really, really well. And the way to make sure that it's chewed well is that you need to use your tongue to gauge if your food is chewed. Also, and I know this is going to sound really crazy, but eventually over time, you are going to feel the weight, well, not the weight, the pressure of your food through your denture on your gum. And you're going to be able to tell if it's really hard, if it's crunchy, if it's soft. And I know that's going to sound really weird, but I can tell the texture of my food through my denture on my gum. I don't know if it's just because I feel the pressure of it or the weight of it. I don't know. I can't explain it. I do know that after 18.5 years, I can feel my food. Not in the traditional sense, but I can feel my food. I know it sounds weird, but I can. Also, when it comes to tasting food, a lot of people wonder if they're going to lose their ability to taste food. When I first got dentures, I was told by my dentist to kind of approach it like you would if you were doing wine tasting. So, I know that might not make a lot of sense, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it. So, we have more taste buds on our soft palate than our hard palate. But we have our hard palate's covered, which kind of produces this mind trick. Because when we have our natural teeth, the first place that food touches is the hard palate. And also our gums, which have taste receptors. Now, those taste receptors and taste buds are covered. So it seems like we can't taste our food, but we have more taste buds on our soft palate. We also have taste buds and taste receptors on our cheeks. We have the majority of our taste buds are on our tongue. We also have taste buds on our epiglottis, which is that little flap that keeps food and drinks from going into your windpipe. And then we also have taste buds and receptors on our upper esophagus. So if you let food linger on your tongue just a little bit and swish your saliva, drinks, and your chewed food so that it goes up to the soft palate and it's touching your cheeks, you're going to be able to taste your food. I taste everything just fine. Those tomatoes tasted like tomatoes to me. So they didn't taste bland. I didn't lose any taste. I tasted the tomatoes. So I do have a little bit of tomato, kind of lingering. So I just wanted to make sure I got it all. The next thing I'm going to eat is these glazed pecans with cranberries and pepitas. I know you're probably thinking, pecans? Isn't that bad for your dentures? They're soft, so these are fine. You don't want to eat, say, almonds. A whole almond is too hard to eat with dentures. It is about 90 degrees right now, and I made the mistake of putting a t-shirt on, so I'm a little warm right now. Anyway, but these are soft, which makes them easy. You can eat these and also walnuts and cashews, peanuts, anything that's soft. So it's easy. My habit is automatically divide my food in half. I'm so used to doing it, even with adhesive. You want to chew on both sides so that it evenly distributes the weight. Also, it evenly distributes the wear on your denture. So if you're eating only on one side, you're going to wear down one side faster than if you chew on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and have a little bit of everything in there. And some cranberries, some pepitas, and some pecans. I'm going to get all brave right now, and I'm going to take a whole handful. I am using my tongue to get some food that is kind of on the other side, on the lip side of my denture. The next thing to do, when you eat something like that, make sure you keep a drink on hand because you're going to want to do a rinse and swish. Now, if you were in public and you were doing this, just that way nobody can see that you're doing a rinse and swish. We're all friends here though, right? Also, you can't tell that I just did it, but I lifted my bottom denture up just a teeny bit to get some water underneath there to kind of rinse it out. And I just kind of making sure because I want to make sure there's no food underneath my dentures. So I lifted it just a bit. Now we're going to see if any food did get underneath my dentures. So we have just a little bit right there. Nothing major. It's chewed, but there's right there. And then on the top denture, there's nothing. So no food got underneath. A little bit on this one, which doesn't surprise me. I did do a rinse and swish, but a little bit kind of got left behind just on the inside right there. So it was on the tongue side and just a little bit kind of got underneath there. Not surprising. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope that this helps. If you have any questions, just, ask and I will be more than happy to answer them. Hopefully this helps. You can eat normally with no adhesive on your dentures. I ate these and these. Now, I'm going to be honest, I do not eat without my dentures in ever, not ever in 18 and a half years. I'm going to start now. Well, okay, I'm not going to say never. I have eaten freeze-dried candy without my dentures in, and I've eaten ice cream a couple of times. Videos that never made the light of day. So, but I don't eat regular food. Like, I would not eat these without my adhesive, or without my dentures in. I would not eat tomatoes without my dentures in. I know people do. I don't know how. So I'm going to go ahead and go, and I will talk to you later. Bye.